23rd, 2012 at 5:30 p.m. at City Council Chambers. And approval of liquor licensing renewal for Casey's General Store number 1605 located at 719 4th Street Northeast in Hampton. Take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second. Motion by Craig, a second by Jim. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Staff reports, Police Chief Bob Schaefer.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, City Manager. Motorcycle will probably be taking it back at the end of this, towards the end of this month. The weather's getting a little bit colder. Also, that's the time when we have to have it returned. As you can see on the report, we did have 319 miles put on it in the last month. That's thanks to basically one officer that utilized it at night whenever they could. That also saved with gasoline because, as you can see, that it got 40.2 miles to the gallon. Not a lot, you wouldn't think for a motorcycle, but with it being the size engine it is on a motorcycle, that's what it is for mileage. And speaking of vehicles, if some of you haven't noticed, we have damage to the rear bumper of the Charger. When we had it over, getting an issue resolved with the suspension and alignment on it, where it was at, they backed the forklift into the bumper. Their insurance is covering it totally. They do have the same company that we do, but they're the ones that are taking care of it. I was just informed that the bumper is in, and once it's painted and whatever, then they'll replace the bumper on it. And the nuisances, we continue. In the month of September, we had 19 nuisance CRs, of which we had 16 closed and 3 that are open. The first part of the month here, we have 1 letter that has been served, so basically 1 that's open, but we have actually 2 CRs, of which only 1 is open. So we're continuing those efforts. Again, I encourage the public, if we miss something, to let us know. Doesn't necessarily, we're going to see everything, and I encourage them to let us know if there's something there, and we will definitely take a look at it and take care of it. I also wanted to report that next week, I believe it is, Officer Al Brandt will be going to Open Sight Rifle Instructor School down at the Academy. This is to basically help us in order to get training within a little bit quicker time. The Sheriff's Office does have somebody, but trying to coordinate getting him to go and do everybody with us at the Police Department is a little tough. So I thought it would be in our best interest in order to get our own rifle instructor. Also, I had sent Officer Halsney to Advanced Roadside Impairment Driver Enforcement School. What that is basically is like an OWI type training, with the exception that it also trains you to see other things other than alcohol impairment, such as narcotics or marijuana. So, and Corporal Morrison and myself went to Lean Conference. Very good conference down there. Some of the speakers happened to be the agents that were involved with the Eric Stein shooting. If you don't remember, that was a deputy down in Keokuk County, which was shot. There was a standoff with a mental subject, and there was a lot of rounds fired. The Highway Patrol basically sent their people down there, and the individual unfortunately ended up being shot and killed. That was a very good eye-opener. Responded. You wouldn't think that something like that was going to happen, and next thing they know, they're in a shootout. Guys in the house shooting, umpteen different guns at them and different rounds and whatever. So, also we had a speaker that spoke about entomology, study of bugs, which kind of opens your eyes, teaches you a little bit thing as far as decomposition of the human body and how that can actually tell you time-wise when the death might have occurred. So that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Public Works Director Doug Tar.
Thank you, Mayor. I think I provided you with two reports. Basically, the one report is regarding the League of Cities that we attended here a couple weeks ago, and then my normal report. We had a successful landfill in North Iowa come down last week, and they do this every once in a while, every 2-3 years, where they do a hazardous material collection site out at our airport. And once again, that was extremely successful. Had a number of Hampton residents that partook in that, and anyway, still trying to finish up some projects here and there. And basically, does anybody have any questions or concerns, anything I can help out with, or anything of that nature? Craig?
Doug, I've noticed a stump hole where a stump has been ground out. I think it's on First Street Northeast, just south of the trail on the east side of the road. There's a sign that's really close to that area.
Okay.
That was put in for the trail. I was just wondering when that was on your schedule to get filled back in. It's in the parking area.
Right. I don't know. I'd have to get with Russ Morgan or some of the guys at the street department, but First Street Northeast by the trail, is that correct?
Yeah, on the east side of the road. I think it's 721, I think was the number of the house.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Okay. I'll look into that.
You brought up Russ's name. Would Friday be the last day that you can get with Russ? Is that right?
I believe that may be the last day, according to things. And yeah, great person.
How many years did he have?
Well over 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, great employee, great person to come into town and work with for me. I haven't been here that long, and Russ is a big help, so he'll be truly missed.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.
City Manager Dunn.
Yeah, I just want to thank Russell Morgan for his many years of service to the city of Hampton, and he'll be missed, and we wish him the best in his future endeavors. That's all I have. Unless anybody have any questions.
Thank you. Council reports, Val Hogback.
I just want to compliment the streets that you repaired over in our area. I've walked and I have people stop and tell me that they're happy. Of course, I've had a few say, why didn't you go all the way down? So
we
maybe
hear
if
that.
you want to explain that, I kind of have an idea of probably why. I mean,
Every year we hear that. Why did you stop where you did? And basically the response would be because the money ran out.
that's kind of what I assumed, but I didn't want to say that until I knew for sure.
Right. Yep.
And also, I just kind of want to, restate how important it is to get a dog license. This morning when I was rushing around, because I'm always late, I had a stray dog, which they always come to my house, it seems, and it had its tags on, and it was a valuable lesson for me and a reminder, to make sure you have your dog's license, because Officer Morrison did come, but the gal, when I called her, she was able to contact the people, and within 10 minutes they came and got their dog, and everybody was happy, so it's a good thing to have done. And that's it.
Thanks, Val. Jim Davies.
Just want to thank Russ for his years of service, and I believe there's an electronics collection at the fairgrounds on Thursday to remind people of like computers and things like that. And the Windsor, I think, will be ordering their digital projection equipment this week, because I think we pretty much hit the $70,000 goal. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Diane Frawley.
I also attended the League of Cities conference a couple weeks ago in Sioux City, and I found it to be quite beneficial. The two biggest things I took away was the nuisance abatement class I went to. Every town has a lot of issues. We're just one of them. The second one that probably scared me the most was the continuing rise in water costs. What it's going to take to make clean water for the cities. That was interesting.
Craig Aker.
Thank you, man. I too would like to thank Russ. He's been here for a good many years. There's countless times he's woken me up driving by at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning plowing the snow, but you can always count on him and the rest of the crew to get the job done. He will be missed. I'd like to congratulate Karen Mitchell and the FCDA board for a job well done, getting the Winnebago building tightened up and sold. And I would also like to welcome Catalina Temper into Hampton. I think they'll make a fine addition to our community, provide a lot of good jobs, and look forward to working with them and being a partner.
All right. Steve Harms is absent. Dick Lukenmeyer.
I too think it's very important that we thank Russ for over 30 years of service, a guy who's willing to come out anytime, day or night, put the late nights in during the snow moving and the street ruptures or the water main ruptures under the street. The guy was always willing to work, as Doug said, worked with everybody. So thank you, Russ, and I wish him the best in his endeavors. I'm sure he won't sit still. He's not that kind of a guy. So thank you very much, Russ. Hampton is a great place to be. We had an event at the Windsor Theater. I've never seen Jim Davies with such short legs, but
You don't see him at all here. Yes.
it was a great variety show. Anybody who was there, I think that the crowd was 175 or so. People thoroughly enjoyed it. A tremendous silent movie. There were barbershop quartet, a variety show that was an hour and a half long. It was phenomenal. If you didn't make it, you missed something for $10. And I think there's a ventriloquist act there this Saturday, correct?
Hypnotist.
Hypnotist, I'm sorry, the ventriloquist was you.
He might be a ventriloquist too. So.
But we've got great things going on in Hampton. The street improvements that we have down by Dollar General, I've heard those same comments also. We're making progress. Hampton is a great place to live, and it's because we all participate. And on the nuisance thing, I wanted to encourage people to make sure if they have an issue with something going on, talk to your neighbor first, but then get a hold of some city personnel to deal with the issues so they don't go on. So, thank you.
Is that it? Okay.
Now,
You're out of order.
Oh, exactly.
Put you on a time limit. I just want to, for my report, I just want to echo the thanks to Russ Morgan for his service as well, and also a congratulations to Franklin County Development on a job well done. Like Craig said, with Catalina Tempering, it'll be nice to have a glass facility back in town, and I'll be looking forward to touring their facility and taking a look at their operations. So it'll be good to have that. A couple dozen jobs coming to town there, and there's other opportunities around too for folks too. So maybe a little bit of a local rebound as well. So that's all I have. So if there's nothing else, is there anything else from the public at this time? Or okay, well, I entertain a motion to adjourn then.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor? Or is there any discussion? Dick, you got anything before we?
We could talk for a couple minutes.
That's what
It'll be a
occurred.
30-minute meeting.
All right, all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thanks. 5:59.